So, magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ngayon naman ay tatalakayin natin ang naging buhay ni Rizal sa Barcelona, Spain. Filipinos in Barcelona welcome Rizal, including some of his Ateneo classmates. So, nung dumating si Rizal sa Barcelona, sinalubong siya ng mga kapwa natin Pilipino roon at kabilang na sa mga sumalubong na yun ay yung mga kaklase niya sa Ateneo noong nag-aaral pa siya dito sa Pilipinas. And then after that, they hosted a party at Plaza de Catalina sharing information about Barcelona's attractions and customs. So, sa pagdanais na maipakita yung kagalakan nila sa pagdating ni Rizal sa Barcelona, nag-decide sila na magdaos ng party sa Plaza de Catalina, which is isang kilalang cafe sa Barcelona. And dito, inilahad din nila yung mga attraction sa Barcelona at saka yung mga kaugalian ng mga tao dito. Ibinahagi rin nila kay Rizal yung kung ano yung naging buhay nila at saka yung mga karanasan nila sa Barcelona. And then, after that, Rizal shared 2 pieces of bad news. So, hindi lang yung mga kababayan natin doon sa Barcelona yung may binahagi kay Rizal. Maging si Rizal ay may binahagi sa kanila, which is yung 2 bad news niya na the cholera outbreak in Manila and the provinces, and then yung a letter from Chingoy about Leonor Rivera's sadness. Sa the cholera outbreak, ipinahayag ni Rizal ang matinding epekto ng cholera outbreak na kumalat mula sa Manila at sa iba't ibang probinsya. Isang krisis ito na nagdulot ng malaking kalungkutan sa ating bansa. Bukod pa rito, ibinahagi rin ni Rizal sa mga kababayan natin doon sa Barcelona ang isang sulat mula kay Chingoy about kay Leonor Rivera. Naikwento ni Chingoy ang labis na kalungkutang nararamdaman ni Leonor Rivera dahil sa pagkakahiwalay nilang dalawa. Nasabi rin niya na pumapayat na si Leonor Rivera dulot ng labis na kalungkutan sa pagkalayo sa kanyang minamahal. Samantala, sa pananatili ni Rizal sa Barcelona, nakaranas siya ng iba't ibang hindi inaasahang hamon, ngunit sa kabila ng lahat ng ito ay patuloy pa rin siya sa kanyang layunin na mag-aral at makapagtapos. So, di kalaunan, Pasiano advised Rizal to finish his medical course in Madrid, prompting his decision to leave Barcelona. So, dahil sa mga pangyayaring ito, binigyan ng payo ni Pasiano si Rizal na ipatuloy ang pag-aaral ng medisina sa Madrid. Sinabi ni Pasiano na ipagpatuloy niya ang kanyang edukasyon upang mas maging handa siya sa paglilingkod sa kanyang bayan. Dahil dito, nagdesisyon si Rizal na pumuntang Madrid at doon mag-aral sa Universidad Central de Madrid.
So good day everyone. Today we will talk about Rizal's life in Madrid. On July 21, 1884, Rizal was conferred with the licentiate in medicine with the rating of fair by the Universidad Central de Madrid after completing the 5th year of 1882 to 1883 and 6th year term 1883 to 1884. In his 6 subjects, he got excellent in legal medicine fair, in obstetrician clinic. He got good and very good in the other subjects. Also in 1884 to 1885, he passed all the subjects leading to the degree of medicine. In 1884 to 1885, same in that year, he also participated on Greek language contest and also won a gold medal. And in November 20, 1884, same year, Rizal was invited to speak in a Bankay TP celebration, the double victory of 2 Filipino artists, Juan Luna's Polarium, or if you are familiar with that, Polarium, winning first prize, and Felix Hidalgo's Chinese Virgins Exposed to the Populace, winning second prize. In the National Exposition of Fine Arts in Madrid, he saluted to those 2 artists. And outside his working hours, he visited on Lunas, where he posed as a model in several paintings. He posed as Egyptian priest in Lunas canvas, The Death of Cleopatra Sicatuna. So doong taong yun, pumunta din si Rizal doon kay Luna bilang maging model sa mga paintings niya. Doon nga nag-post siya as Egyptian priest in Luna's canvas na nagngangalang The Death of Cleopatra, thus si Katuna. On July 3, 1886, Rizal wrote his first letter in German to Professor Ferdinand Blumentritt, an Austrian ethnologist. Also in November 1, 1886, Rizal met for the first time Dr. Fyodor Jagor, a famous German scientist, traveler, and author of travels in the Philippines. He also met the following famous personalities like Dr. Rudolf Virchow, a professor of descriptive anatomy. Also in November 1, 1886, Rizal met for the first time Dr. Fyodor Jagor, a famous German scientist, traveler, and author of travels in the Philippines. He also met the following famous personalities like Dr. Rudolf Virchow and Professor of descriptive anatomy. So the life in Madrid was the crucial part of Rizal's life because he met all of the important personalities and also met all of the professors that could help him excel on all of those subjects. Also, in this part, he also met the Juan Lunas, creator of Spolarium, which we also know now in this modern. And that's all. That was the life in Madrid of Rizal. Thank you.
This is Dr. Rizal Life in Berlin. Ito yung pumunta na si Rizal sa Berlin. So natuwa siya kasi most of the people there are scientists or magaling talaga. Merong scientific atmosphere. Isa pa sa kinatuwa niya ay walang racism doon. So regardless kung anong lahi ka man, mas magaling ka, wini-welcome ka. Rizal welcome in Berlin scientific circles. He met for the first time Dr. Fyodor Jagor, celebrated German scientist, traveler, and author of travels in Philippines. Rizal went to Berlin not as a student or a curious tourist. He lived in the famous city for 5 reasons. To gain further knowledge of ophthalmology. So, para sa kanya, hindi pa enough yung pag-training niya sa Germany. Kailangan niya pa ng more experience and knowledge. Second reason is to further his studies of science and languages. Para mas lumawak pa ang kalaman niya not only sa field na gusto niya which is ophthalmology but also to other things like language and other stuff. Third reason is to observe the economic and political conditions of the German nations. Siyempre, in a comparison to what you experience sa Pilipinas, yun yung parang gusto niya makita at siyempre yun din naman ang isang bagay na nilolook forward natin pag tayo ay pumupunta sa ibang bansa. Fourth reason is to associate with famous German scientists and scholars. And 5 is to publish his novel Nolimi Tangere. So ito na yung start na kanyang idea ng novel na naging famous siya, which is Nolimi Tangere. Pero sinasabi ng Filipino language is it is read as Nolimi Tangere. Dati wala pa namang hiri, so ang tawag dyan ay Nolimi Tangere. Saka doon siya nag-publish kasi medyo cheap doon yung printing. Next is, he led a methodical and frugal life in Berlin. By day, he worked as an assistant in the clinic of Dr. Schweitzer. At night naman, he attends lecture in the University of Berlin. So, isipin mo sa umaga nagkatrabaho ka tapos sa gabi nag-aaral ka pa. Parang hindi na natapos yung pag-aaral niya at pinupush siya talaga ang kanyang sarili, lalo na nung time na nasa Berlin siya. Sabi dito, he wanted to master French, so he took private lesson under Professor of French, Madame Lucie Serdoli. So isipin mo, ang dami mo nang inaaral, lectures, ophthalmology din, yung Then you're working in the day at pag free time ka, nagle-lesson ka pa ng French. Ngayon, parang hirap magtrabaho, di ba, na sabay. Umaga, aral, tapos trabaho naman sa hapon. Parang hirap pagsabayin yung work at pag-aaral. Pero grabe, di ba, kinaya ni Dr. Rizal. He spent his leisure moments touring the countrysides around Berlin. He also enjoyed promenading along under den Linden, the most popular boulevard in Berlin. Pero isipin mo, at some point naman, meron din naman daw siyang leisure, which is ang paggala sa city ng Berlin. And lastly, Rizal Darkest Winter in Berlin. So ito naman is the winter of 1886 in Berlin. This was his darkest winter for Rizal. Kasi he lived in poverty because no money arrived from Calamba and he was flat broke. He even had to save up to eat one only meal a day that considers bread and water. Isipin mo gano'ng kahirap na sa ibang bansa ka nga pero wala kang pera, isang beses ka lang kakain sa isang araw tapos tinapay pa, paano ka mabubuhay doon, di ba? Parang lagi kang nanginginig sa gutom kasi at that time nagkakapiste yung mga crops sa kanila kaya mahirap yung pera. Hindi siya nakapadalan and Rizal starved in Berlin and shivered in wintry cold. His health broke down. Never had he suffered such physical blows of poverty so that his soul cried out in despair. So yun daw yung nararanasan ni Rizal dun sa Berlin winter tapos wala ka pa makain. Ang lamig-lamig pa tapos wala kang pera. Lalo na siguro 'di ba nasa ibang bansa ka, wala kang kakilala tapos wala pang pera. So hirap isipin kung paano ka maka-survive. Tapos on June 20, 1887, Rizal wrote to his father announcing that he is coming home. So that is the end of my report.